Hey everybody, it's Miss Philly. I am back from London. I know I feel like I haven't really done a sit down video in a while with you guys, so this is long overdue. And I just want to say good day. Oh no, that's Australian. Anyway, I'm back from London. Ugh, this is just a recap of my entire trip. Okay, so first, if you want to see my vlogs, like the raw vlogs, then please go subscribe to my Miss Philly TV. I'll put the link on the down bar. I have 3 days of vlogs right now on there. I have probably about 2 or 3 more vlogs to post because I wasn't there for long. I was only there for like 4.5 days. So it was super, super, super quick. And I think that 1 or 2 more days would have been suffice. But yeah, but I mean, I took a lot into consideration. Like, I had to kennel my dogs, so kenneling dogs is money, and then, you know, more money for hotel, and then more money for food, and then more money. So it's like, if I could, I would have added 1 or 2 more days. Okay, so my trip there was, I was pretty much worried about comfortability, because being a heifer like I am, you know, squeezing my big body into a tiny seat is very uncomfortable. But I lucked out and got a second seat that was vacant beside me on the airplane. So that was a thumbs up. The only thing was my stupid ass decided to eat a bean burrito before our flight. A vegetarian bean burrito nonetheless. So I ended up having severe intestinal gas. Like it was painful like a mofo. It was like a volcano rising in me. Like it was, and it was like through the entire trip, and it was even after the trip, before we checked into the hotel, and there was a delay in my hotel, and there was a delay in immigration, and it was just so, it was just, no, never eat a bean burrito before you leave on a long international haul flight. Not a good idea. Well, the trip there was not good. It was not, it was not good. I can't even say how much it wasn't good. But basically I spent like time, like I would literally go into the lavatory, like the bathroom on the airplane, and just sit there trying to expel the air that was built inside me. And, you know, I would like flush the toilet right when I was going to fart. So the noise would be camouflaged by the flush of the toilet, because the flush of the toilet in an airplane is like, whoosh, so it really did a good job camouflaging the sound. But sometimes I'd be sitting there, and then there was a lineup, and then I couldn't get it out. I had to go back to my seat. I had to come back, and it was just a whole ordeal. Okay, and then when we finally landed in London, then there was like a huge lineup in immigration. It took us about an hour and a half to get through, and I was in pain, and standing up for an hour and a half was not, you know, I'm not blaming anybody, you know, it's my fault, I'm a heifer, so deal with it, right? We got lost on the way to our hotel, which in itself, because I flew into Gatwick, I didn't fly into Heathrow. So Gatwick is like an hour away from Paddington. And basically, it took us like 2.5 hours to get to our hotel. And then when I get to my hotel, the room wasn't done. Yay! And I was like, mother. It was just like one thing after another after another. It was like, wow. Then this trip like start off any worse? And then I finally got into my hotel, and then yeah, a sonic boom of explosion happened, and I was finally okay. I hate to disappoint everybody, because a lot of people on my Snapchat was like, I want to see what you hauled, I want to see what you bought. I ain't buy shit. Okay. I didn't buy anything really. What did I buy? I bought a souvenir for myself and souvenir for others. And then I bought like some Nivea facial wipes from the dollar store, the pound store, whatever. And I bought, yeah, that's it. I don't have anything to haul. I didn't buy anything. Everything was just so go, 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 go. It was like, I was busy sightseeing. And then when I wasn't busy sightseeing, I was tired because I was busy sightseeing. And then I was walking around everywhere, took the double-decker bus, took some taxis to experience it, walked around a lot, and I just didn't have time to thrift. I didn't have time to shop. And when I actually stopped for a second to think maybe I want to buy a luxury item, it was actually more expensive to buy it in England or London than it was to buy it in my own city from Canada. Like I was considering buying a Louis Vuitton wallet. I was considering buying a Tiffany bracelet, but I was like, no. And I did the conversion and then how much it cost here, how much it cost there. Even with taxes here being 13% and after conversion, it would have been more expensive to buy it there because, I don't know, the pound dropped or I don't know, they changed prices with their luxury items. So I don't know. It wasn't worth it for me. I'm not going to pay more for something that I can get cheaper in my own country. So yeah, so that was that. I didn't really haul anything, so sorry. I liked where I stayed. I stayed in the Paddington area. It was hella busy. It was reminded me a lot of New York. It was very congested. It was a lot of people, a lot of tourists. It was the roads were opposite, like people drove on the wrong side of the road where I'm from. And then I don't know. It was nice. It was clean. I didn't see a lot of garbage and graffiti, surprisingly. Being a metropolitan area, you know. The people were nice for the most part. What else do I have to say about it? I don't know what else to say about it. I enjoyed my time. It was quick. I visited Buckingham Palace, the London Bridge or the London Towers. I drove by Big Ben. I didn't really feel like getting out because I mean, like, a clock is a clock. I didn't go to the London Eye because the people that were with me were, you know, they weren't going to go on it and they're scared of heights. So I didn't want to do it alone. I visited 2 malls, one in Bayswater, one in Westfield. Um, it was a quick trip. It wasn't a vacation. It was like a sightseeing tour, kind of. I even like a couple people wanted to meet up with me, but I totally forgot about it. But like until like my last day, and I was like, "There's no point in messaging them now." But I mean, I was Instagramming and snapping pictures, so I mean, if they followed me there, they would have known I was in England. And they didn't message me, so maybe they didn't want to hang out with me. I'm just kidding. But I probably wouldn't have had time anyway. It was just so condensed. My time there was so condensed. And the trip back was horrendous. Like it was a 20-hour travel day. It was from London to Newfoundland, St. John's, and that took about 5.5 hours. Then I had a 7-hour layover in Newfoundland. And then from Newfoundland to Nova Scotia was 2 hours, another an hour and a half layover. And then from Nova Scotia to Winnipeg was about 4 hours. And yeah, so it was a long travel day back, and I'm never going to do that ever again. I can do 1 layover, 2 layovers, hells to the no. It ain't happening. Would I go back? I probably would go back, but I would probably want to stay maybe like a week, maybe like 6 days. I don't know. 4 days is kind of short. Yeah, 4.5 days was super short. I don't even know why I booked 4.5 days. I did find some language barriers. Uh, when I was ordering takeout, I said I wanted it to go, and he was like, "To go where?" I was like, "Home." And then my aunt came in. She's like, "No, she means takeaway." I was like, "Takeaway, like math?" I don't know, but I guess that's how they say takeout is takeaway. And then I asked another, like when I was in the mall, I asked for the bathroom, and he was like, "You want to take a bath?" I'm like, "The washroom, so I can use the bathroom?" And he's just like, "Huh?" And then, I guess he finally figured it out. I was like, "Oh, you mean the toilet?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, the toilet." So there was like some language barriers. It was kind of funny. Their money is kind of weird too. Like they have they have like a 20-cent coin, and they have like a 50-cent coin, I think, and they have like a 10-cent coin and a 5-cent coin and a 2-cent coin, and I was like, that's so confusing. So whenever I had to pay in coin, I'd be like, take what you need. But I do have to testify to you guys that London is probably the only place that I've been to where I've seen hella good looking guys every couple minutes. Like, I kid you not. It was like, huh, 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 huh. It's like my radar was like going everywhere. It was cray. Like, I would have been pregnant by now. Pregnant. Probably with an STD. I'm not even kidding you. Yeah, the guys are hella fine. Whew. Make me thirsty. If you go into my vlog, you can see me like stalking them with my camera. When you see like a hot British guy with a accent, it's like, oh, he just melted away. You just start to melt. It was just, yeah, it was It was a very nice city to be in. If I could move there, I probably would. Like, if I become a famous YouTube star, I'd probably like relocate over there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna find me a man. I find things to be inexpensive too when you're paying in pounds. Not like when you're converting, but like say you have 500 pounds with you and then you're buying things. I find things to be inexpensive. I don't know if you know what I mean. But if you convert it, then it ends up not being, I mean, it ends up being expensive. It's hard to explain. Conversion wise, things aren't cheap, they're expensive, but when you have the currency that you're working with, then it's not expensive, if you know what I mean. Because if you're buying like a bottled water for like, say here you can buy a bottled water for $1, there a bottled water is like a pound, so it's more than $1, you know what I mean? So it'd be like $1.74 or something like that. um Things like fast food were typical. There were like about 5, 6 pounds for a meal at Burger King. Domino's was like, I think 17 pounds for an extra large pepperoni pizza. When I got my veggie pizza, I think it was like 22 pounds because I added some extra toppings. Cans of Coke were like 80 cents. I don't know what they say. 80 pence, I think is how they say it. Their bottled Coke were like $1 or a pound. The exciting place that I went to, which was kind of sad if it was the most exciting place that I went to, but it was like their dollar store. I forgot what it was called. It's like a like Pound World or Pound something. Sounds so perverted. But they had so many amazing. I'm going to do a separate video on that and insert some clips about it. I'm not even going to insert the clips on my vlog, so I'm going to save it for a separate video. So it was really interesting, all the things that they had at their Pound dollar store. Oh, I wish I spent more time there. We were just kind of in a rush, but I would have bought more. I would have bought more things with me if I knew I could get away with the liquids because I only did a carry-on. I didn't check in any luggage, so my liquids were very, what do you call it? They were very. I couldn't take as many liquids with me as I could or I wanted to. Anyway, all in all, I had a great time. I mean, travel there, travel back. We're a day and a half, but my time there was fun. I'm glad I got to see my uncles that I haven't seen in forever. I haven't seen since I was like a kid. I saw my aunts. I saw my cousins that I haven't seen since like 1991 or 92. I'm glad I got to see Buckingham Palace and the London Bridge and Big Ben. Um, I wish I got to thrift. I wish I got to buy a luxury item, but you know, it's not the end of the world. And I would definitely want to go back for maybe a week one day. I don't know if I want to stay in the Paddington area though, because it was so hella busy. It's like staying in Times Square in New York City. So hella busy. But other than that, I enjoyed my time. I loved London and I can't wait to go back one day. But that's what I said about New York. And I haven't been back to New York in 5 years. And I'm still waiting for, Girl Can Paint, Yvette is still waiting for me in New York. So hopefully I can go next year to New York and see her. I don't know. I don't really have any plans to travel anywhere except for Orlando again in December. Next summer I'll be going to Vegas. So really that's all that's planned for travel-wise. I'm glad I got through international flying because international flying is probably my main concern is comfortability and using, oh, I need to talk to you guys about using the bathroom too. Poo time. I've never pooed in public in my whole life. Well, in in my whole adult life, I've never pooed in public. But because it's an international flight, Miss Philly had to poo in public, and it was like a whole kind of ordeal. I will not. I refuse to use the stalls to poo in public. It has to be its own enclosed, separate room. So I did it at the hotel, not the hotel. I did it at the airport. Okay, so I prepared everything, got my luggage, took out my paper towels, took out my baby wipes, laid them on top of my luggage, and basically first I had a wet one, like a disinfectant. I used that to wipe down the entire toilet, and then I used my spray, my hand sanitizer spray, sprayed that, wiped it down again, double wipe. I didn't put the toilet paper to cover because it was suffice wiping everything down, right? And then so I sat on the toilet. What I did was like I Pooed, flushed, done. Okay? It literally, me pooing literally took like less than 20 seconds because I really had to go. So I expelled everything, flushed, wipe, and I think I was done in like 5 minutes. And that's the key of when you're pooing in public is be prepared, get everything done, get in and out. Okay? It's like a booty call. Get in and get out. But it wasn't as bad as I expected. So, I mean, I think it would be more of an ordeal if I was. Oh, and after I sprayed with my, because I brought my my air freshener with me, so I spray. So clean, expelled, and clean smelling air. No smells for people when they come in. Because like public pooing is something that scares me, and it scared me my whole life, and I've never ever done it. And now that I've gotten through it, it's kind of like I conquered my fear, but I still won't poo in a stall because I mean you're too exposed. Like nobody next door wants to smell anything coming from me, okay? And I don't want to smell anything coming from them, so why would they want to smell something coming from me? And plus you can hear things, you can smell, you can no. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. All my social media links will be on the down bar. And I'm glad to see you guys again. So remember, Miss Philly loves you. Until my next video. Bye.